up, Toronto. It's 5:32 a.m. on Monday, February 11, 2019. I'm your host, Miss Bollywoood. Let's start off by hitting you up with today's weather forecast. It's cloudy right now and will carry on until mid-afternoon, where we will be getting some sunny breaks. Temperatures will be fluctuating as well. Currently, it's -7 and will move up to a couple degrees to -5, but it's going to feel like a bitter -15 degrees Celsius. Seems like this unpredictable shift in warm and cold gets even worse as we head into Tuesday. A recent warning has been issued that yet another winter storm is headed our way. Heavy snow and ice pellets are to add up to 5 to 15 centimeters, and freezing rain is also expected with strong winds up to 80 kilometers per hour. It is advised that if traveling via car and public transit, allow yourself enough time, as there will be quite a bit of delays due to visibility. Yesterday was a huge night for the music industry. It was the 61st Grammy Awards, and the talented Alicia Keys hosted, who herself has been both nominee and winner in the past. She currently holds 15 Grammys over her career so far. Other winners included Cardi B for Best Rap Album, Lady Gaga for Best Pop Solo Performance, Dua Lipa for Best New Artist, Childish Gambino, who was a no-show, won for Record of the Year, and for the full list of winners, check out Grammys.com. Let's talk about some good and bad highlights from the night. There is a lot of controversy at these events, we can all agree, and sometimes it's blown way out of proportion. But when a fellow Canadian artist is repping our country and is on that stage in the middle of an acceptance speech, let the person finish by showing some respect. Drake won for Best Rap Song, God's Plan. There's no surprise there. His speech revolved around how accolades such as Grammys do not define an artist's success in the industry. And here's some excerpts from his speech. This is a business where sometimes it's up to a bunch of people who might not understand what a mixed race kid from Canada has to say, or what a fly Spanish girl from New York or a brother from Houston. If there's people who have regular jobs who are coming out in the rain and snow, spending their hard-earned money to buy tickets to come to your shows, you don't need this right here. I promise you, you already won. Before he could wrap up, Drake was cut off. The Grammys are saying Drake had already finished what he had to say, and they quoted, because there was a natural pause. But I absolutely doubt that. I mean, only Drake can answer that question for us all, and I'm sure he will take that opportunity in some kind of, radio show or interview to throw shade at the Grammys. He's not one to keep quiet. What made the night extra special was Michelle Obama made a surprise appearance and joined on the stage with Lady Gaga, Jada Pinkett Smith, Jennifer Lopez, and Alicia Keys. She talked about how music has always helped her to tell her story, and what I feel made this entire Grammy show this year powerful was that it had this lead female factor. From performances to hosting to winners, most were women. It was incredible to see such support and love and change taking place. One of my favorite moments, because I'm a huge supporter of my fellow Canadian artists. So our Toronto girl, Lily Singh, was there. She looked absolutely stunning and amazing in a silver and black sequenced halter jumpsuit that had flared bell-bottom pants. It looked like she was headed straight to a disco, and I just wanted to dance the night away with her and then hit up a nearby Chipotle for some late-night snack. Let's move on to movies. There's a few horror/thriller releases that have me wanting to make a trip to the movie theaters and watch them all. I thought, why not talk about them, and if it'll be worth spending your hard-earned dollar bills, or skip it and wait for someone to upload it to a streaming website and watch it for free. Okay, maybe let's scratch that last part. I don't want to condone any illegal activity. Up first is a movie called Happy Death Day to You, which is a sequel to Happy Death Day. The premise from the first film is about a girl who keeps repeating the day she died, and each time she tries to uncover information on the masked person who killed her. There are, of course, other layers which I don't want to give away in case some of you want to check it out, but basically the second movie is a continuation with the main character reliving her death, but instead she's in a parallel universe where her people in her life have the same name but look completely different. She figures out that someone keeps altering time and that she has to keep dying to save everyone she cares about. I'll be honest, this movie is similar to Groundhog Day, which is a classic, and it reminds me of the recent movie Before I Fall. There's nothing unique about it. It's like been there, done that kind of vibe. And the big question is, should you see it or skip it? I'm going to confidently say that this is a nightmare you can avoid reliving, so skip it. This next film is probably based off of an activity many of us have experienced with a bunch of friends. It's a game with a storyline, instructions, and clues. You're then locked in a space working against time to get you and your friends out. But imagine if the stakes were higher, the scenario real, and there was a killer eliminating players as the game progresses. Escape Room brings an intense fear versus greed. Players compete to win $10,000, but along the way, the puzzles get more sadistic and twisted. You could say it was formulated by Jigsaw himself from all of those Saw movies. So far from its release, it has gotten mixed reviews. People have been saying that the plot is great and the death's pretty gruesome, but somewhere along the line, the entire movie just falls flat and leans towards the boring end with a side of yawning. For this movie, I'll let you decide if you'd rather skip it or see it. Moving on, this next movie is a psychological thriller mixed in with elements of horror. It's called Prodigy, and it's about how parents of a child named Miles realize their son is showing signs of extreme intelligence. But by his 8th birthday, Miles begins to show some erratic and violent behavior, which could be because there's a dark supernatural force attached to him. This is definitely my type of genre. There seems to be a similarity, though, to Insidious or any other movie about a child being possessed. So looking at the previews and comparing the movie poster, it does look really appealing. So my final verdict is go see it. I would love to hear which of these films you ended up watching and what you thought about them. Send me an email to missbollywoodproductions@gmail.com, and who knows, I may read your response live. Seeing that we are on the topic of movies, the 91st Oscars is set to take place this month on Sunday, February 24th. That's only a couple weeks away, and it will be one without a host. The last time there was a hostless Oscar was back in 1989, and according to footage found online and in articles, it was said to be one of the most embarrassing moments in the award show's history. I'll get more into that when I cover this year's Oscar on the Monday following its broadcast. Wake Up Toronto's entire show might be dedicated to the whole event, so keep it locked for more details. In local news, and probably the most absurd one you'll hear today, is a viral video shows someone tossing a chair and other objects off of a high-rise building near the Gardiner Expressway. Police are searching for the suspect and asking anyone with information regarding the incident to come forward. Honestly, I find this to be the most reckless and stupid thing to do. Was a person not thinking that the items they were throwing could cause injury or kill someone who was directly below and passing by? The intent of murder may not have been there. For all we know, there could have been a fascination for physics and gravitational pull. But even then, experiments, they can be done in a safer, closed-off environment. I do hope, though, the suspect is caught and spends time behind bars. Not only that, is heavily fined and asked to spend, let's hope, 500 plus hours doing community service by cleaning up garbage. That would be super ironic. I'll keep you all updated on this developing story on Friday. And that is a wrap. Wake Up Toronto goes live every Monday and Friday mornings, so you can start and end off your week just right. I'll talk to you guys in the next broadcast. Much love from me to you. Miss Bollywood, out.